Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a full face using one palette. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on the bell so that way you get notified every time I upload a brand new video, and let's get started. Okay, so full transparency, of course. I have used this palette before. The first time I filmed this video was my first time using it, and my husband deleted my footage, so I'm going to refilm it, kind of, but I have already played with it that time, and then I played with it a couple more times the day of my sister's wedding, which that video will go up today for me, but like a few days ago for you guys, I think. I don't know when this is going up. Also, when I say full face, I mean like foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush. There's even a highlight in the palette too, so we'll see how that works out. I'm going to use it as my eyeshadow as well, but I'm also going to like set it with powder so it's not like creasing like crazy because these are cream products. But I'm pretty much going to use it for as much as I can and then just like fill in the gaps where I need to. So let's zoom in and get started. Okay, so I filled in my brows off camera just because I don't really want to go into my brows with a cream product, and I don't really think that they have one that's like the proper color. Not that this one even looks right. I ran out of my other brow pencil. Anyways, the palette that we are using, if you don't know, if you didn't notice it, it's the Makeup Forever HD Skin Face Palette. It's supposed to be like an all-in-one face palette. That's what the palette looks like. It's got the colors on the package itself, and like I did say earlier, I did use this quite a few times already, so excuse the dirtiness, but that is what the inside looks like. You can tell that they all have different undertones. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat synthetic brush. This is the Morphe M224, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, and I'm going to like carve out underneath my brows. Just like that, and then to like soften the edge, I'm going to take my ring finger and just tap over it. And then taking the same brush, I'm going to dip into this shade right here. And this one's like really close to my skin tone, and what I do with this one is I just take it, again, same brush, and I put it on the inner half of my brow, like where I underlined my brow. I'll do it on the first half of it. And then use my ring finger again to blend the edges together of the two colors, and then to soften the edges of this one. I saw that trick on Patrick Starr's channel. Makeup by Ariel did it to him, and it just kind of helps like lift the outer part of your eyebrow a little bit more. Okay, so now is when we're going to start like putting definition in the eye. Still using this palette, I'm going to pick up, I'm going to use this shade right here, and I just have it's like an e.l.f. blending eye brush is what it says. It looks like a bullet brush pretty much. I'm going to pick up that color and pretty much place it on the outer corner and into the crease. Flare it up a little bit into the front of the brow. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to use a smaller e.l.f. brush. This is a e.l.f. eye crease brush. I'm actually going to dip into the darkest shade into this palette, and we're going to work that on the outer corner as well. Okay, so that looks really good for now. I'm just going to take like a little cat paw brush, and I'm going to pick up the lightest shade in the palette. And I'm going to tap this on my inner lid and then like up into the crease a little bit, as well as the inner corner of my eye. Okay, so using Star-Crossed from the Lunar Beauty palette, I'm going to start setting my lid, like the outer half of it, so that way we don't crease like crazy. Because this is a cream product and I don't want to just go over it with translucent powder because it's going to kind of like kill the shine, or not the shine, the pigment in the eyeshadow. I mean in the cream. Why can't I speak today? So I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to start stamping this on. That was a lot more than the outer half, but it looks really pretty. So I'm going to leave it. Now I'm going to dip into your golden. It's just like a lighter gold. And I'm going to attempt to put this in the inner corner. Ooh, that's pretty. So I'm going to take a small brush. This is a Morphe M506. And I'm going to dip into Classic from the Lunar Beauty palette. And now I'm going to go around and like set the brown. So dusting off that same brush, I'm going to dip into a little bit of translucent powder and set underneath my brow, just like that. Realistically, you should do the browns and the translucent powder before you do the shimmer, so that way you're not like knocking your shimmer all over your face, or I guess your eye look, but it's fine. Now to deepen a little bit, I'm going to take Moody and tap it out here. Okay, so that's good enough for now. I did get like glitter everywhere, so it kind of looks patchy in some areas when I turn different ways, but it's fine. Okay, just gonna take a wipe and clean up the fallout from the glitter. I'm just gonna take this Tula Skincare Filter Primer Luminizing and Moisturizing Primer. I'm actually just going to take the cat paw brush that I used earlier and pick up the lightest shade and put that underneath my eye. Just taking a sponge and tapping that in even more. Okay, so now I'm going to take the slightly darker shade and I'm going to go around the top of my brows. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of, take this shade right here. I'm going to start up here and I'm going to try to like work it into my eyeshadow slash brows a little bit. And I'm going to like bring it down my nose. So far it seems like the tool of choice, at least for me, is my finger. It just kind of works better for me. I've never really been like a brush fan anyways, and then when I use a sponge, sometimes it can like mess it up. So I try not to do that. It's gonna look crazy by the way until I'm done. Okay, now that we have that down, I'm gonna start working on my like bronzing slash contouring. I'm gonna dip between these two shades right here. Okay, so I'm going to take my face primer and I'm going to pump a pump on the back of my hand. I'm going to use the second to lightest shade. I'm scraping it out of it and like putting it on the back of my hand. And I might just do like a dash of the shade underneath of it. And let's see if we can get that to mix together. My thought is if I mix it with the primer, it will dull down some of the coverage because like I don't want it to be super full coverage. And I'm just going to keep mixing shade, like those two shades together until I get like the color that I'm wanting. Or need, I guess I should say. Because I don't necessarily want to be this pale, I just am. See what that's kind of like turning out like. I'm going to take a little bit more of that concealer shade with my finger and just try to like cover up all of my darkness like underneath my eye right here. Now I'm going to take this little bitty e.l.f. brush and I'm going to start working on like my lower lash line to like match up with the top. So I'm going to take the middle brown shade and we're just going to place it down. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to go in and again set with the Lunar Beauty palette. I think I'm going to set my under eye with this CoverGirl Advanced Radiance powder. I'm going to use one of the little Amazon velour puffs. Gonna rub my puff in the powder and then I'm gonna like rub it in the back of my hand or like in the palm of my hand, like make sure it's not too much. Okay, so I went ahead and set my whole face off camera with powder, and then I spray set it. Oh, shit. So that way it can like melt together and look a little bit more skin-like. This is where we are at. I did fudge up the under eye, of course. And so I went over it a little bit with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer because when I tried to go back in with the palette, it wasn't functioning properly and I'm like running late. So I just went ahead and did that. While my face is still drying down from the setting spray, I'm going to like wipe my lips off. Okay, I'm going to start off with the Dragon Beauty lip liner in the shade 10cc. If you hear the freaking racetrack in the background, I do apologize. I just feel like I can never catch a freaking break when I try to sit down and film. Okay, so apparently my camera turned off while I was recording doing my lips. All I did was line my lips with that Dragon Beauty lip liner, and then I put concealer in the center and topped it with my Maybelline Lifter Gloss. I also did a like winged liner with eyeshadow. I'm going to take a cat paw brush and I'm going to pick up the shade So Icy from the Lunar Beauty palette and I'm going to spray it so it hopefully doesn't go everywhere. Then I'm going to use the highlight shade in this palette. It's this one right here. It's nice and pretty. It kind of looks a little bit more on like the natural side. The first time I tried this though, I didn't like it because I tried it on top of like all the cream products, like without setting it, and it ate it almost. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it just wasn't showing up at all. It kind of acted like it just absorbed inside of the other products. Okay, I'm going to use the One Size On Till Dawn mattifying waterproof setting spray to set it in place so that way it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, Okay, and this is the finished look. Let's zoom on out. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. The palette is $85. I don't know that I feel like it's worth that. I do feel also like the shade range is not the greatest because there's only, when I checked last, there was only 2 palettes. It was this one, which I think is supposed to be for like light to medium skin tones, and then there's the next one that's supposed to be for like tan, dark skin tones or something like that. I feel like it should be like way more inclusive and have at least a couple more palettes in general, especially because it's supposed to be like your concealer, your foundation, and your like bronzer contour colors. Do I think the palette's worth it? It's up to you, I guess. If you are a working makeup artist, then yeah, I would say it would be a good thing to get. But if you are just like a normal average person, I don't know that I would suggest getting it. But yeah guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on the bell so that way you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And thank you guys so very much for watching. Bye!